Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the content that we're about to give y'all is well worth it. So, I know how a lot of y'all have seen that we were both gonna be starting CRNA school. I've started my program already here in January. So, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool that as a couple that we're gonna be going through this rigorous journey together, and so we're here to share our thoughts on that. Stay tuned.
What's up guys, welcome back to A Couple Nurses. Today we're going to talk about us going to our DNP programs together. We're not going to the same school, so that does complicate things a little bit. But we knew this was a possibility, and there's questions that people have that we're going to try to address in this video. Of course, things are probably going to be changing as we, go through this 3-year journey together. So let's get into it. Before we get into the content, be sure to like, share, subscribe. As always, comment nurses rock down in the bottom if you find any value in this content. So there's multiple things that we have to think about whenever we're going to a program and we're going to be apart from each other. So we're thinking about our relationship, we're thinking about finances, we're thinking about custody of the dogs, and it's a lot of factors that are going into, how we're going to be moving before I start my program here in the next couple months. Monica's already started. What do you think is a big factor about us being apart from each other, states away from each other for, could be 1.5 to 2 years?
I think it's gonna suck, but and that's just me being 100% honest. It's not gonna be easy. A little bit of background about us. While he was playing college football and I was, in college doing my thing before I figured out I wanted to do nursing, we were away for about 2 years in the beginning of our relationship. And I just remember saying when that was all done and said that, hey, we're never gonna, spend states away from each other. Like, it was just really, really hard. And even though that was in the beginning of our relationship, I could only imagine how that's gonna be, now that we're really deeper into our relationship. So I think that's just gonna be like the most difficult thing to deal with, but at the end of the day, it's mind over matter, and we just gotta look at the end goal of everything. And I'm looking at, just the good things about that kind of situation. So since my program started already in January and it's online for the first 6 months, I'll be moving to campus in August. And what's really cool about Cordero's program, he starts in May and it's all online for the first year. So we're gonna be able to be together in reality for about 1.5 years. So that makes me feel a lot better, because then by that time I'll only have 1.5 years left in my program. So it's not that terrible, but I could just only imagine, just with the rigors of being in a DNP program and just wanting kind of like that cushion of a person just being there next to you, just to vent, help you around the house, just simple things that we're already used to, and we're always working in a team. So I think that's gonna be one of the most difficult things. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's gonna be fine. The 3 years are gonna pass, and it'll be worth it.
In addition to that, I think it is important to note too that we prepare, we don't have children, so that helps a lot. Now, we do have mentors and things that do 3 years of program with their children, so it's entirely possible. But it's just one of those things too where we knew that we wanted to get into a program, and it just makes sense for us to not start a family, while we're at this stage in our relationship too. So, if you're with your loved one and you guys are considering starting a family, just think about how much time and effort that it takes to bring a child up. In addition to you being in school, it's just something to think about. Not to say what's right or wrong, but it's just something that you need to be considering as well.
Just to kind of piggyback off that, like we've mentioned, we know a ton of people that have 3 or 4 kids or newborn babies, and they've made it successfully through DNP programs. So just kind of on that note as well, don't let that be one of the reasons that discouraged from reaching your goals and your dreams. We only say that in our journey because we've been told that, in a sense, it's a good thing from these people that went through programs with a baby, because it's you're taking one thing off of that list of stressors, essentially. So definitely it's gonna be the hardest part, is being away from each other. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's gonna be well worth it. We're gonna look back and be like, That flew by, hopefully.
So, and then another big factor is the financial aspect. As you guys know, like anesthesia school is not cheap. At all. And we're not going to be able to work during our program. Some schools you can maybe work in the first semester. Some schools you come out of the gate, hardest classes like soon as you start. So it really just depends what your program is. Some places you have to sign a contract saying that you're not going to work. So you have to be prepared that you're not going to have, a good flow of income.
For me personally, my first 6 months, I'm in my second month of my first semester. I'm working full time. I'm working 3/12s. I made sure that I asked people that were ahead of me in the program or graduated, hey, is this a good idea? Because they know the flow and kind of how rigorous that first semester is gonna be. So it just depends on that opinion, but as well as your time management skills and seeing that, hey, like, can I handle this? Mind you, if I got to a point where I'm stressing out and I feel like I can't handle both, I would definitely end up pulling out more in loans and then just quitting my job, because at the end of the day, just like Cordero said, CRNA school isn't cheap, so you got to make sure that you have your priorities aligned and just understand the sacrifice of being a broke college student again for 3 years. Now, in addition to that, we are pulling out loans. I feel like it's necessary to pull out loans. A lot of people have different journeys financially on how they go to CRNA school. Some people, they save for years and they're fortunate enough to just pay their school off. I wish I was in that boat, but I've already had previously gained a lot in loans and in debt, essentially for my BS Ed, just because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do straight out of high school. So, and some people now with travel nursing being just the new thing to do because you're getting paid what you deserve. A lot of people are being able to save up enough money, pay off their previous loans, and even save up just enough for school. So everyone's journey is different. I didn't feel like waiting. I wanted to just go straight into it. And I realized after talking to a lot of my mentors, the loans are going to be there, but they said that they've never met somebody that couldn't pay off their loans within 3 years of starting their career. So that's not a motivator. I don't know what is.